10,000 dreams almost died. Crushed by poverty, strangled by corruption, suffocated by lack of opportunity. But then, a lifeline. $100 million. Tony Elumelu, a Nigerian visionary, bet on Africa's greatest resource, its people. This is the story of how his gamble unleashed a generation of African entrepreneurs, rewriting the rules of wealth and power on the continent. This is Africa, reimagined. A continent not defined by its challenges, but by the unstoppable ambition of its people. We see the headlines, the reports of poverty, of corruption. But beneath the surface, a revolution is brewing, fueled by the ingenuity and relentless drive of a new generation. For decades, the narrative has been one of aid dependency. Foreign powers swooping in, offering solutions, only to leave a trail of broken promises and unfulfilled potential. But what if the answer was already here? What if the key to unlocking Africa's prosperity lay not in handouts, but in the hands of its own entrepreneurs? In 2015, something extraordinary happened. A Nigerian businessman, Tony Elumelu, put his money where his mouth was. He launched the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Programme, a bold initiative with a staggering goal to invest $100 million to identify, train, mentor, and fund 10,000 African entrepreneurs over 10 years. The premise was simple, yet radical: invest in the people, and they will build the future. Forget the complex bureaucratic processes, forget the endless cycles of debt. Give them the capital, the tools, and the mentorship they need, and watch them transform their communities. And it worked. Businesses started, jobs were created, and economies were stimulated. But here's the thing. The program didn't just create 10,000 entrepreneurs. It unleashed something far more powerful. It sparked a movement. A quiet, but potent, shift in mindset. A belief that Africans can, and will, build their own future. And the return on Elumelu's initial investment. Well, on average, for every $5,000 seed capital these entrepreneurs have received, $12,000 in additional revenue has been generated. But wait, what? Studies show a far less obvious but equally critical result: for every $5,000 seed, at least 10 other people in the community were uplifted from poverty. Why does this story matter, right here, right now? Because for far too long, Africa has been painted with strokes of dependency, of needing outside help. But that narrative, it's crumbling. We are witnessing the dawn of a new era, one fueled by African ingenuity and African investment. Look at Aliko Dangote. He didn't wait for foreign companies to build cement factories, to process our raw materials. He saw the potential, the insatiable demand, and he built a $20 billion empire doing what others wouldn't, investing in Africa, for Africa. He is not alone. The old colonial playbook, the rules that stifled growth and kept Africa as a source of cheap labor and raw materials, that's been rewritten. African entrepreneurs are no longer content to be consumers, they are becoming creators, innovators, and wealth generators. They are building businesses that solve uniquely African problems, businesses that understand the nuances of our markets, our cultures, our needs. And this shift is critical. It's about more than just money. It's about reclaiming our narrative, about building sustainable economies that provide opportunities for generations to come. It's about proving that Africa has the talent, the drive, and the resources to shape its own destiny. Think about this: in 2010, Africa's entire GDP was roughly $1.6 trillion. Now, just over a decade later, it's closing in on $3 trillion. This isn't just growth, it's a revolution. But here's the thing that should make you stop and think: what if I told you that the entire GDP of Africa in 1960, when most countries became independent, was approximately $20 billion? The same net worth as a single African man today. Wait, what? So, $100 million. It's a lot of money, right? But Tony Elumelu understood it wasn't just about the cash. It was about igniting a movement. About trusting that ordinary Africans, given the right tools and belief, could build extraordinary businesses. 10,000 entrepreneurs. That's 10,000 families with new opportunities. 10,000 businesses injecting life into local economies. That's a ripple effect felt across the continent, proving that African solutions, designed and driven by Africans, are the key to our future. This isn't just a story of charity, it's a blueprint. A playbook for how strategic investment, mentorship, and a belief in the power of the African spirit can unlock unimaginable potential. It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in building the Africa we want to see. Want to represent this Afropolitan dream? Check out our Pornoafric merch, from just $29, at pornoafric.com/merch.html. And for more stories on Africa, money, and the wisdom to combine them both, follow at Pornoafric for Africa plus Money plus Wisdom Fire.